All right, hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome. Nice, very nice. Welcome to the Central Students YouTube podcast, whatever we are exactly. We are super excited today to have a special guest along with Sonia and I. Sonia, who do we have with us today?
We have Joy from the Pearl Project.
Yes. So we're super excited to have Joy and just be able to tell her story. Joy Zedler, so we're super stoked. We've been able to see you do ministry pretty closely for since right before COVID is when we really got connected, and man, it's been so super cool. So we just want to tell your story a little bit today and let you tell your story and us brag about you a little bit. So
awesome.
First things first, everybody, and we want everyone to reply in the comments on YouTube to what your answer to this question is before we go too far into the important stuff. The real important question is this: if you were in the Olympics, what Olympic sport would you win at? What could you win the gold?
Can we create our own?
You can totally create your own sport or event.
So I think I would be best at being a sleepyhead. I can sleep for days.
Olympic gold
awesome.
for... So would you compete for El Salvador or...
Listen, I'll compete for me. I'm just overall winning. I'm taking it all home.
I'll compete with you on that.
I love it. Joy, what would you compete in?
So, when I was in third grade, I won the city record for the bent arm hang, where you just hang from a bar. So I think I could bring that back.
Bring the gold medal
Yes.
home. What do you think the time you would have to do?
Oh, I have to go do some research, but maybe a couple of minutes.
Nice. World record.
Yeah.
What kind of workout would you have to do for that?
I don't know. Just,
It's very simple.
It's mental.
Yeah. If I were to do one, I have my basketball thing I can do. I'm second in the world at it now. Some guy in Bangladesh beat me. That's like a real thing, actually. So, but I have to probably say Mario Kart.
Okay.
I'd be gold medalist in Mario Kart. I'm second best of the people I actually know in real life.
Dang,
so maybe I'll get the silver. Well, me and Cameron go pretty close. I gave Cameron a shout out. So write in the comments what's your Olympic sport you think you could get the gold at, and invent a new sport.
Right.
Absolutely, sleeping is absolutely one. So, well, again, we got Joy here to tell her story. Sonia, tell us about what's our theme for the year in Central Students.
Our theme this year in Central Students is "What's Your Story?" And we're so glad to have Joy here to let us know her story.
Yeah, and so we basically just want to tell stories of people in Ocala, in our community, who are following Jesus in unique and really world-changing ways. And so we're excited. So Joy gets to lead a ministry called the Pearl Project. Tell us what you get to do.
So I get to wear a lot of hats with the Pearl Project. Yeah. My husband and I founded the Pearl Project in 2018. So, and it was kind of to meet a need that we had as a family.
Okay.
So our mission is to help vulnerable children know their value by providing education and support to anyone who works with kiddos. So
yeah, absolutely. And so we've seen so much. We've been able to not even partner with you, just do what we can to support you guys. And so we see that as a ministry that we love. And I remember hearing about you guys even before we ever contacted you. It's like, this ministry, the Pearl Project, and it kept on coming up. I was like, we need to get a hold of these people. And so what are some kind of key things you guys do? What are some important stuff?
So we provide support groups. That actually happened before we had a name and a logo and we were official. We had a support group. And so the Pearl Project kind of grew out of that. And it's mostly a support group for foster, adoptive, and kinship families in Ocala. And then from that, besides it's great to have support, but you also need some, tools in your toolbox.
Totally.
So we provide education for foster, adoptive, kinship families, or really anybody that touches the lives of children.
Sure,
School teachers, churches.
Yeah.
So mostly education and support. We're branching out into more one-on-one support with counseling and coaching, which I'm super excited about. Because a lot of times you can know what to do, but living, having the right response in the moment with your kids is hard. So it's good to have that individual support as well. So
absolutely. Sonia wanted to ask about a specific part.
Speaking specifically about the education, I had the pleasure of sitting in one of your TBRI classes for teens, and I know that I've used it in our Wednesday study. So tell us a little bit more about that and how people can sign up for these classes.
Sure. So we primarily teach in TBRI, and it stands for Trust-Based Relational Intervention.
Wow.
And it's an approach that's been around for about 20 years, and it meets it. It talks about meeting the whole need, all the needs of a child holistically. So we're looking at sensory needs and attachment needs and relational needs. And so what we do is we help caregivers see that the behavior they see that's really hard is really an expression of a need.
Sure.
And their job is to meet needs. And so that in TBRI, we there are 3 principles, and it's connecting, empowering, and correcting. And our trainings go deep into all 3 of those things. And they're all, right now, everything's online, so it's really easy to sign up. You can, thepearlproject.org, we have an educate, tab, and from there, all of our trainings are online. And so it was life-changing for my family, and because traditional parenting just was not working with our kids that had trauma. And what I've found since moving to TBRI, we often say it's not something you do, it becomes like who you are. Like since I'm really embracing TBRI, we use it with all our kids. Like it's not something I just used for my 2 children that had trauma. It's my big kids who didn't really have any big T's in their life. We treat them all the same. And I feel like we're more connected and just in a better place as a family because of it. So
well, it all sounds like stuff we all could trust, connection, empowerment. Right. That's all stuff we all need. Now, you might not even remember what I just thought of a story. Remember you posted one time that your dog was doing. I remember seeing that post and I was like, "Whoa, this is so cool."
TBRI is for everyone, anyone you have a relationship with, your husband, your friend, your dog, and it's true. Yes, my dog was kind of, I think, anxious. He's an anxious dog.
Sure.
He's a dog from a hard place. He had his own trauma. We adopted him, and he has some triggers. And my son, who also has the trauma history, was laying on top and providing like deep input, like sensory input, like a weighted blanket would be for a kid.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's TBRIing our dog. It was so sweet.
Well, I saw that post, and for me, that was one of those like small moments that for me was like, that's the proof that this is the real deal. Especially because it's not just it's for everyone to then learn, and everyone can, I think, then also provide kindness and love and support.
Right. And nothing has really helped me live out, I feel like, the love of Christ, the way this is like a practical model that I'm like, this is, it just puts me in touch with like the grace and the love that Jesus has. I mean, so it's all in line with my faith. So it's really cool to have it go hand in hand.
My goodness. That's beautiful. That is very beautiful. Oh my goodness. Well, again, it's just so cool to go to have your trainings. The trainings are so accessible, and you can and we're on YouTube. So we're going to put a comment to the website right there, a link right there to your website. That way people can find it really easily. So there's not too many extra clicks. People get lost on the internet. But that is super cool. Well, it's cool to hear your story. And you have any stats you'd want to share about Ocala, or even how many people you're able to impact? Or?
Well, we know we were kind of we're so new that everything has been really organic, and we're just now getting to that, like, we need to start like being better about tracking into data collection. But we did go through and kind of look at the last year, and we know that we served about 150 families in Marion County. But beyond that, because of COVID, we're reaching people all over. And that's the families. So every family might have a few
more
kids, usually. Some of our families have 10 kids. A lot of adoptive families are really big. So, we know we're impacting thousands of people. When you train a teacher, you're impacting all the students in the classroom.
Totally.
And so it's just a ripple effect. It's really cool.
Absolutely. And even, we've used it in a youth group, and doing that. And I saw you guys were in St. Augustine.
We were, yes. Yeah, we kind of, I know, it's crazy. We're across the state.
Well, I think that's just the proof to me that people want to know how to do this. People are realizing this is what traditional parenting needs to turn into.
Right. We want it to be for everyone. Like you're talking about the dogs. Like, it doesn't need to be just parents, like foster and adoptive families. We hope it'll become more a part of just conversation and everyone's understanding of how to treat people.
Totally, because even everyone has experienced some form of trauma, I think.
Right.
And having that, I don't know if normalizing it is the right word, but making it not a stigma. And it's okay to talk about this stuff, especially in a safe place where there's trust.
Exactly. Trust is the key word there.
Man, that is just beautiful. And I know we've talked about having you come and do specific training for our leaders. And I think anyone who's watching this, I think reach out to them or go to their Zoom things.
Yes, and we have trainings for buddies if you want to be a volunteer with us. We do buddy trainings where you get a little taste of TBRI. It's not the full training, but you can work with kiddos. And
what's the age range of people who are allowed to be buddies?
So middle school, if you have like a if we know we get someone recommends like this would be a good buddy, but definitely high school. Anywhere middle school to high school, at college. Yeah.
All right. So
and adults.
And adults.
Adults too.
So a lot of people can be part of this ministry, and you get to, because almost what we almost want to do here as well on this podcast YouTube channel is encourage people. Here's a unique way that follow Joy's example. That's a way you can follow Jesus and make a real impact. You don't have to just work at a church or go to Bible college or whatever it might be. You can impact the world for Jesus. So what would you, if there's a person watching who's like, I want to do that, what are maybe some action steps they can take to be part of a ministry, even your ministry or just a ministry like this somewhere else?
So I would, to be a part of our ministry, you can go to thepearlproject.org and kind of snoop around. We have some videos on there. Make sure you want to be a part of our ministry. We hope so.
Yeah.
But then you can always email me at joy@thepearlproject.org. But we also have a buddy sign up link. So if you if you know for sure you want to do it, there's an application to become a buddy, and then we'll get in touch with you on that. So, yeah.
We'll make that available to the kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, we would love that. We always need more buddies.
So cool. Well, we're so thankful that you're here. And I know one thing we said a long time ago is, even if there's a family out there who's thinking about this, not every family maybe is meant to foster, but everyone can be informed, first of all, and everyone can support in a lot of ways, I think.
Right. Yes. Yeah, we feel like we're all called as Christians to take care of the vulnerable children in our community.
That's James.
Yeah, exactly. That's what inspired. That really was the verse that inspired me to do this. And so, but not everyone is going to be called to foster and adopt. But we have ways that you can help and be a part because we need everyone involved. So. Well,
this is super cool. I'm super thankful for what you do. And we were going to say we're going to brag about you, but I think we just did. I mean, just the ministry, even you saying, I see a need, I'm going to start something. Right. I'm going to take action. I'm going to make this a reality for my community. I see a need, I'm going to meet a need. And I think that for you and your husband, Stephen, shout out to Stephen. We talked about you. I think for that and just the other people, Beth and everyone else that I've met through your ministry, thank you. From Ocala, from us to you.
Well, and we wanted to let you know that our kids have these prayer challenges this month. So we made these, and every time the kid finds it laying around their room in their book bag in their pocket, they're saying a prayer for you guys.
That's amazing.
So do your own.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you. That is incredible. We really could definitely need the prayers. So thank you so much.
Is there a specific, maybe one or two things to pray for?
I would say, I won't give details of what our families go through, but pray for the families that are taking on some really hard have a lot of challenges, so just pray for support and peace and love, and that we as an organization can help meet those needs that the families have. And that's really probably the biggest thing is it's just the families a lot of them are really struggling and could use the prayers, so thank you.
Awesome. And prayer is a big part of what we do. That's what we emphasize at youth group. That's what's emphasized in scripture all over the place. So we'll be praying for you, absolutely. And again, thank you for all you do. Any final comments you want to throw out there?
I just love you guys. Thank you for the amazing support we feel from you as a church community. It's just been great. So
I know a lot of churches support you guys. I thought Meadowbrook just did a ton. There's a lot of that's the thing I see. It's not, there's all the churches are saying, we're getting behind this. And I think that's really a testament again to what you're doing. So many of the challenges we see in our world, I think if the church steps up in a real way, we can, I don't even know if solve is the right answer, but we can work at it in the way Jesus is guiding us. So we're following your lead. We're following your lead, and we're thankful for that. So with that being said, we're going to sign off for the Central Students YouTube podcast episode, whatever we're calling this. We're super thankful for you guys. Tune in and go on the website. Check out what's going on with the Pearl Project for all those details. Link will be in the comments. With that being said, peace out. Sonia, you want to end it with how we say every Sunday?
Go out and be Jesus.
Yes. All right. Bye, guys. Peace.